Obviously, I'm functioning just fine. So I have to show you that. If you're around me, then you have that imagination. It wouldn't be a thing.
This is war, a picture side,
Car. Yeah.
When I came home, I realized, man, that's happening all day. Like everyone's
Bro, you're in hell.
I realized everyone's doing that, dude.
I'm telling you.
I know I'm even doing it. And like,
Yeah,
I'm doing it. I don't want to
it's
work.
not intentional. Because the person, it's not you. And that's why you have to forgive. That's literally why you have to forgive.
Yeah.
Right? JP said it like she didn't have it, and that's fine. There's another language. Motherfuckers possess. And that language is in the I'm playing. You know what I mean? And it works better. But that's not for everyone to do. That had certain disciples that he taught how to do that. He wasn't walking around telling the woman now when a demon comes, you know what I mean? And when you do that, there's the consequences that I'm dealing with. But they're not regular women. Because I wouldn't be with regular women. You know, I'm a warrior god like no other. I'm Achilles. I'm all those things everybody knew. I'm Dracula Untold. I'm Achilles. I'm V the Vendetta. Go to all the movies. I'm Tyler Durden. Remember all of them? They are washed down versions of me. They're an attempt. The same way, if you saw me last night, at any moment, Hollywood could not write a smoother, better character than me. They don't have the imagination to come up with spontaneous things that are happening in that moment.
Those characters like cardboard cutouts.
Yeah, but they have to use their imagination to see what they've seen, right? And their imagination is limited. Yeah. I'm in that moment, continuously moving through the most alpha positions, perfect language, perfect body, perfect interaction. Then you have a camera on me, like I say, just writing the script, which would be a dope script. That would be the movie, is the actual script. Imagine last night, someone there, like how Marin used to do, who's just literally coming back with a basic outline of last night. And then we have, like, if Pyro was in, we'd have someone like that. Here's a script. Whatever you can do today, this week is your work. Any of this you can pull off. And we would have a scene. And it would be a magical scene because it would be a real scene that would be you get it? That's the future I'm talking about, obviously. These are revelations. All right? So I'm going to pull this thing here now. So we're getting together tonight, right?
Yeah.
With the Sunday. So let's do, is there any fights?
No fights today.
Well, okay. There's some great stuff to watch though. So let's do, what's your class? What time is the class? What's
The game?
the game? What time is it? 5 is game. At 5, I know what people want. I know business. It's going to be field reports last night of AZD's game. To start watching now again. We're back in that again. Remember we used to come back and we used to tell them? They need to now see. And now I have the language to deliver it, and you have the language to deliver it. What did you see last night? Be ready tonight for this. Go quick. Boom. I reveal something in game in it. I show them the moves. You know how valuable it would be for them? For me to say last night when I was with Najim and I got this clicker in my hand or whatever, I'm talking, I don't know, body position was just so perfect. Boom, 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 talking to him, clicking, having a deep conversation, like a fucking movie. But I'm not aware until this fine ass bitch walks by and just eyes the shit out of me as I'm talking to him. Here's the movie. I mean, this looks goofy right now, but you can see last night, right? And as I'm talking to him, the slow motion of this to the conversation, then pause. Najim, look at the moment. Bro, can you imagine Hollywood could not do this? Like when we saw Angel. It's just painting after painting after painting, living life as art. As Manu, when I left the stage, I said, Manu, my stage is earth. And he was like, you're a performer. Yeah, I'm a performer. I'm about to perform right now. An act that's going to work. The best actor for this is me. I said that we are IMC Nation pledge. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we're starting in a minute. Everybody get online. Take a moment and just be where you are, okay? Be where you are. Don't be distracted. Be here. Everybody, welcome. I'm AZD, and this is IMC Nation. And I'm here for until 12 o'clock to answer any questions you may have on relationships and communication and mindset. And I'm going to be using the greatest self-help book that was ever written that helped me the most, which is actually the Holy Bible, believe it or not. And I've read them all. I've read all the self-help books on the planet that would be worth reading. And I've read them several times, and that would be an understatement. I've read them for years, several times. And what I have always wanted in this lifetime was a very specific state of beingness and livingness. I always wanted a certain state of mind, and I always wanted to be able to interact with the world in a certain way that I was comfortable and fearless and honest and happy, right? And so in recent times, I've achieved all of that stably, meaning at other times I've achieved similar states, but they would fluctuate a lot, right? I'd be up, 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 then crash for a while, or through the day I'd be going good, then something go bad, and then I have to like revamp myself, right? I just don't experience that in my life anymore. Not because my life is smooth in any way that would be smoother than any other day, okay? However, internally, I'm smooth, easy, all right? So I'm 100% confident. I give you the word that I'll be able to help you today, okay? So if you have any questions, let's get started for the next 2 hours. I'm ready to go, and I got my friends here, and they're all also trained with me to do this, and so they'll be helping out. Here we go. Who's first?
Joseph.
Hello again.
Hey, man. What's up, bro?
I'm doing very good. I've watched the Jesse Lee Peterson video, and
Yeah.
as you said, that was not something to keep backlogged.
No.
I want to talk about a little bit about the forgiving your mother and father. I think that I've done it before. After one retreat, I've came back to my parents' house, and I told them that I apologize for something that I may have done that I didn't like understand what I was doing, and that I'm thankful, and that I just want to understand their actions, how they meant it. So in a sense, I kind of forgave them. I felt the first change when I was doing the meditations before I confronted them. But at the same time, I don't, there is still something in me that reacts to maybe how my mom reacts to certain things that I do. So I don't feel like it's fully done yet. But at one excerpt from the like preaching lesson that Jesse Lee Peterson had with a guy, the guy asked him, how does he know that he needed to do it, needed to forgive? And the reply was that he only needs to do it after he is 100% sure that he needs to. And I feel that I am not at the point where I need to do it 100%, yet I want to do it. And yet I want to need it, and I want to feel it so I can get it over with. Do I get into situations where I stir that up inside me, or because I don't feel hatred towards her, and or if I go inside myself, at least I don't see it. What would your advice to me be?
My advice is that Jesse is very clear on how to forgive. And the way that you spoke about what you did is not how he says to do it. Did you know that? You did something else. He says very specifically how to do it. Do you know that do you know you didn't do what he says? Or no?
I know that I didn't use the same sentence.
It doesn't have to be the same sentence. You didn't communicate the same message. What message did you communicate to them? That you were sorry because what was it? What was the forgiveness?
I said that I am sorry for something that I may have done, not understanding
Yeah.
what I'm doing, and I know that you
Yeah.
did it as well. So I
Yeah.
am sorry for myself, and I forgive you that you may have done it also.
Yeah, like you said, you almost forgave. So no. So why didn't you just say what he said to say? He's pretty clear,
Uh,
right?
yeah, I didn't. I watched the video a couple days ago, and the action that I am talking about now, I did a couple years ago. So
Well, that's why you didn't do what he said, and that's why it didn't work. What? See, you watch the video, and you go, "I've done this a couple of years ago." No, you didn't. You
no,
guys see the flaw of that?
no, I didn't. I said what I did. I didn't say that I did 100% what he
Oh,
said,
that's what it's
and
right, right.
that
So then
brings
the
me to the
question you,
point that
Mhm.
I don't. I am now at the point where it's stale and kind of not moving. And
Oh,
if
like
I were
you're
to
not
do it
sure.
now,
I see. I see. Okay. See, I
that's the
honestly,
question.
I don't know the answer to that, brother, because I also learned that from him. Okay. He has a radio show you can call in. You can probably email them, watch more videos, but that's what that's what he teaches. I did what he said. It worked. If you don't feel like you need to do it, and he says that, I don't know if he says that, right? I haven't like watched every video or anything. I just know what I know about him. So that'll be a question for him. The only way I would answer it is that because there's nothing else I can say about that, right? So if you don't feel like you need to do it, I guess maybe you don't need to do it.
Mhm.
You haven't done what he said, but maybe you don't need to. And if he said you don't need to, you don't need to. Again, I don't know. I don't know. I did what he said, and that's what I did.
Yeah, I am not here to doubt that man because I can see how powerful the change can be.
Yeah,
So I
because
wanted to.
because he's also using the same book.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, right. And that's why he also has that glow, that freedom, that confidence, that fearlessness, because that is one of the gifts that comes with this, right? How are you doing outside of that?
Uh, I I would say kind of good. I have more things to ask, kind of, but
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
started with this because I wanted to know your experience with forgiving because
I did it
I
and it
don't
worked.
know. Mhm. And when you did it,
Yeah.
you knew exactly 100% that you were doing it internally also, and that it was
No,
honest.
no, I've never studied anything like that. What I've done is like what you saw. I've seen somebody who had something that I didn't have.
Okay.
I asked them how to do it, whether it was jujitsu or whatever. And then since I believed them for whatever reason, no matter how I felt about it, I just did what they said. And I was the greatest student anybody ever had. Right. And so that's all. Whether I felt good about it or not, I never took that into consideration because I was there to experiment with something, right? To see why he says that's how he did it. I don't feel like I need to forgive my mother at that time, just so you know. I don't feel
Okay.
like I need to forgive my mother. However, I'm having so many realizations about, beta, he goes beta, alpha and beta, right? He's the first person that used that word. I call it landed. I heard that word many times.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard him say it, it was real, right? I knew the moment he said beta that there was a beta
Mm-hmm.
because it's a word that men, especially men that study what I study, alpha, beta, it's kind of confusing, right? So we try to, have all these degrees. But when he said beta, I was like, oh, yeah, that's like the words I use. That's the soul of, I get it. There's a beta. Immediately I knew alpha. And then, so I knew that. And then I knew when he said that I had a lot of beta tendencies suddenly that I didn't know about. Because of that, I realized I am somehow carrying my mother's soul, even though I love her more than anything you could ever imagine. And I would never be mad at her. I knew that I was not alpha, you could say, fully, and I had beta tendencies, and they were coming from it. I knew that. Because of that, I went there. I did it in front of my dad. My dad was there. She was there. And it was something like this. We're talking about Mother's Day. It's funny. Welcome Mother's Day. It was the communication was something like this, about the same intensity. It would be like I said, Mom, I want to talk to you. You know, my whole life, done the martial arts. You've seen how I have. And when I wanted to open the business, you know, you were saying blah, blah, blah. And when Dad wanted to open the business, and she's like, it's not going nice for her, right? At this time, as I'm talking, you know, when he wanted to do that, remember when you stopped him and he's a man, right? Do you remember? Okay. You know, I have all these girlfriends and I have all these problems. You know what I realized, Mom? I'm being you. I'm being you. Because growing up, you were making me like you. And I'm nothing, this was it. And I'm nothing like you at all. At all. I'm a man, you're a woman. And the separation. I said, but I understand because you've been the perfect mother for me. I know what you did when you didn't let your shirt touch your stomach when you were pregnant. I heard from my aunts and my dad and you because you didn't want pressure on the baby. I said, you were protecting me like that. So I know how much you love me. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I am being like you, like a girl, and I'm having girl problems. And it's because I love you and I'm being like you because he wasn't around. He was working. He had his own thing. Right? And that's wrong. Okay. And I have no bad feelings about it because I know this is me doing that in my own words to her, right? Because I know that you're protecting me. I know. I remember when we were in England, this happened, that. I know, right? And she's like, just kind of like stuck, really going like that. And she was like, well, you know, you know, I've always done my best. And blah. I said, yeah, you've done great. I just want you to know, I'm a man. I'm not a woman. I'm not like you at all, or my sister or anything else. Okay. And I've been being like you, but I have no bad feelings because I know you've done everything you do. Okay. Boom. Then I fucking had to forgive him. I turned right around. I'm not gonna go over that right now, but it was like, boom. And you know?
Yeah, yeah.
I did it right in front of each other. You know, because he was there and I'm not gonna just stand there. So, but it was, and then I felt very, very good. It was gone. What was there was now a full awareness of when that beta tensing would come up and I would catch it.
Yeah.
It didn't suddenly vanish. I became, at that moment, anytime a female emotion or anything that would come up, I would catch it. Because I'm a man, I'm a warrior. I'm not anything like a woman. Oh, what the fuck? Right? No. So that's how I did it, okay? I used my own words that was real to me, and I never hated her. But like, you're being like your mom. I bet you if you bring a picture of your mom, she looks like you right now.
Yeah, we are quite similar genetically.
Do you have her hairstyle? Does your mom have your hairstyle right now?
Yes, no, not like my hairstyle, but we have the kind of same texture of hair. But I don't do anything to my hair.
How long is your mother's hair right now?
Like a little bit shorter than me, but I let my hair grow and then I buzz it every like 2 years. So
yeah, but you look like your mom. You have your mom's hairstyle and face. I could tell, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's what happens, right? It's still, so maybe you just need to go forgive her in your own way, the way I did, because you're being a woman still, but you don't want to be a woman. But when I'm looking at you, I see your mother. I know exactly what your mother looks like. I bet you if you put a picture up, she even wears the colors you wear, right?
I don't know. No.
Look at it. What the colors does she wear normally?
Brown.
What brown? No
I
bright
think,
colors.
No.
Brownish, orange, pinkish, orangish.
No,
what you've been wearing?
We are from the forest. I wear white and black most of the time.
Right. Anyways,
but
so
you're spot on with some stuff.
Yeah. So obviously you see that. So just go. And again, if you don't feel like you need to, I don't know. I don't know Jesse Lee's technique or process, but it works and I used it. But I know you could contact him for sure. There's phone numbers and everything. I've talked to him before, so you could talk to him. You know, or his people. He's accessible. He's here doing work. You could go to LA. I don't know where you're from, but anyways, I talked to him about it. That's how I did it. And then the third step is you're looking like your mom, right? I don't look like my mom right now.
That's good. I would say.
Yeah. You know, one of the things for all men, okay, online, you know, if I could put you in a dress, right? Give you a little makeup, put you in a dress, give you a little makeup, right? And high heels. And if you look like a girl, right? There's something wrong with that. You as a man, if let's say I put on a dress right now and makeup, you know how stupid that would look? Okay? So one of the ways men can check to see how girly they've become is how quickly can I transition you into a what is that, RuPaul fucking, what is that called? How quickly and how good looking of a drag queen would you be?
I get what you're saying.
You get
Yeah.
it? And if you see men right now, they're making themselves, celebrities, look more and more where easily you can put them in a dress and some makeup, and the same rapper that looks hardcore suddenly looks like a chick. Like
Yeah, it's
fast,
deliberate.
fast,
Yeah.
right? And it's not supposed to be like that. Men are not supposed to be pretty at all. That's just weird. I mean, you can be handsome, right? But, you know, so Tom's handsome, but his nose is like bigger than every fucking nose in the world. Right? But it's true. But remember when his nose was bigger than everything else in his fucking body and face. He was a walking fucking anteater for a while. Right? Now listen, nothing changed. He got a little bit of muscle. But now he has a very handsome face. What changed? He was being a girl with that nose. Right? Still being a girl though. And that nose doesn't fit a girl. Now he's a man and he better have a big fucking nose. Right? Oh, a little beak nose on him. That'll be weird. And imagine him with a tiny little fucking nose. Right? So God made all of us perfect, bro. Because none of us made us. Right? And then we took an image of some celebrity or another idol like a fighter or anything else, and we started to want to look like them because they had the money, the fearlessness, the strength that we lacked. But what we really lacked was a good earthly father who was the right role model for all of us.
Mhm.
An earthly father who was a man, right? Who would turn to his wife and say, "That's my son." Okay, why is he wearing that fucking jeans? It's like a girl. Did you take him shopping to Kmart? That was me as a kid. My mom would take me to Kmart, was a store. And she'd buy my fucking clothes. Of course I'm gonna look like a chick. Then she would comb my hair. My dad's at work though, right? So I
Yeah.
can only imagine being a mom to a little boy like me, all cute, and he's gonna go to school, what I would do to him. Here you go. So that the girl teacher, oh my God, I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. But now I'm a man. My whole life I've been a man. I've been a boy. I'm a warrior. I love everything that's a man. Everything that's a man. I love being a man, bro. It's the greatest thing in the world. But here I am being dressed by my mom. Then my playmate is my sister for a while. Right? So that's nice. Then it's my girl cousins because I'm out of, like, bro. Right? So I'm struggling, but my soul, who I am, is getting these weird fucking tattoos against everyone's will. Going fighting and fucking up my ears and wanting to have cauliflower ears when all the fucking dudes are wearing fucking faggot ass fucking helmets, or like, why are you fucking doing jiu-jitsu and doing that with your head? You know? Well, I work at Apple. You dumbass, go ahead. Why are you in class with me though? Right? Why are you in class with me if you have to go back to Apple and come back? I live in this fucking academy. I'm trying to learn the art of war. You're doing it in your lunchtime activity. Now I want to beat his ass just for fucking being so stupid, but I'm righteous, right? So I can't, my technique doesn't work against him properly, right? Anyways, I love talking about this stuff, but you get it? So if I could dress you up in a girl very quickly, that'll tell you what you need to do, right? Many guys that came here, like Geo2, had long hair like that. Should have seen this guy, Will. Man, looked like a fucking chick. What a fag, right? And then over time, his hairs get shorter, right? Doesn't mean long hairs. I don't care about that. I'm just saying what I said, which is everybody should agree, okay, let's switch it around. Let's take a woman and try to make her into a man and put makeup and clothes. The easier that we could turn her into a man, the more manly she is. So like if you take a professional bodybuilder that's a woman, You can make her into a man like this. But if you take a beautiful woman, the way God created her, it'll be hard to make her a man. Her hips, she's not doing Pilates, right? She's not doing yoga to be fit, because yoga is not to get fit, right? She's not watching her fucking diet. She's just being a natural woman, living naturally. And she's going to look way better. None of us like that tight-bodied girl. We don't. Even her fake tits don't feel good. We want a natural woman that's not fat, because none of us like fat girls either. If you're a girl and you got rolls hanging out, ew. Right? Don't come near me, motherfucker. Huh? I got standards, bitch. Go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm a minister. I'm a preacher. I can't be seen with your fat ass little gremlin ass next to me. Right?
Yeah.
The fuck out of here. Did you look in the mirror, dude? He looks prettier than you if I was with you. I'd be like, look at him. He's cleaner, sharper, prettier.
Come on, man. You don't have to do that.
There you go. That's good. That's shame. You see? That's shame. With red. That's shame with red. However, there's a smile behind it, which means your ego is not that heavy. You see, you get the joke. Get another guy on there, more alpha than you, and I give him that. Watch what happens to him.
I am not identifying as much with this. I just see this as a reflection of what my inner world looks like.
It is exactly that. Congratulations, man. Well done.
Yeah.
Hey, you're on the right path. Keep going. You have angels all around you, bro. It's obvious.
Yeah. I'm
listen,
thankful for it.
Yeah. Thank God for that. You have to go through a lot of darkness to come out, okay? It's not easy. That's another thing they've done for everybody, okay? Everybody listen online, the girls. They've made enlightenment look like fucking cereal with milk, right? Now you can have Lucky Charms enlightenment. Your chakras can align and it feels good. Go over here. Here's a sound bowl. Lay down. Here's incense, good music. Breathe. Now imagine your chakras. Motherfucker, what is this? I want spirituality, freedom from fire. I want to be fireproof, bulletproof, knife-proof, everything-proof, and you're like relaxing me. I'm about to walk out. I'm about to lose my peace in a fucking 20 minutes when I leave, right? That's not spirituality, bro. Spirituality is going through hell.
Yeah.
You get it? It takes a man. It takes a man to fight a dragon. It takes a man to slay a dragon. We're men, and there's a dragon. Right.
I understand it. It's most people think that spirituality is something that was taught to them by consumerism, like crystals and chakras and this stuff. It has some value, but in reality, you just have to live in life. Live it in life.
It has no value. No. The crystals, your crystals have no value until you know God. Then they have the proper value.
Yeah.
You get it? Listen, it's decorated spirituality. Look at it. Now I want the purple one. Now look at, wow, that's a beautiful ring. It's an amethyst. It cleans my aura and keeps away evil spirits. Wow, you look evil and your aura looks black. Is it working? What the fuck? Oh, well, now look at this. Now I have a mirror here and I have sandalwood here. And oh, here, my house is full of demons and I'm going to sage it. Motherfucker, your heart is full of demons and this shit is just, they're smoking this like this. Woo, hey. She's saving y'all. All the demons come out. They're all happy with her. I like it when she does that, right? They're all like just high for a while. And she goes, you know, it feels better in here. They're all high, you stupid bitch. You gave them some smoke. There is a spiritual world and there's a physical world. Our current science, medicine, education, TV, everything is denying you your spiritual sight. Okay? Everyone, 1,000,000% of the world would agree that there is a spiritual world somehow without ever having to be told it. They would say, well, yeah, there's a spiritual world. And then the next question I would ask is, where is it? Is it over there? Is it over there? Is it here? Where is it? I mean, I know there's a spirit. Hey, what if it's visible? And you can't see it because your eyes and ears are tuned to this frequency and it's bombarded with problems you should never be thinking about, actually. You right now should be thinking of no problem at all, at any point ever, just so you know. Because the problem is at hand that you have to solve. And you can't solve it in the future. You can't plan it because you don't know what's going to happen from here to there between you and all of those other factors. So I know the right thing, let's say, to do, for example, is to do what? To sit here and speak for the next 2 hours. I know I'm going to do that, right? I know that I'm going to talk about this and help people. I got all this down. Ready? Once I sit here, I can have no plans or no thoughts about it. Because if I did, it wouldn't make sense to me. What should I be thinking about right now? Possibly. Like, what should be in my mind? Can my bills, what if my family was dying? It would come up in my thoughts, but it's not a problem for me to solve, is it? It's a worry I can have with, here, have this. Thank you. You took it now. Have this. You took it, right? I can have worry about that situation. It's a thing I can have. I'm not worried. I'm Arash Dibazar. I'm not worried, but I have worry now in me. It's not going to be forever. It goes away. I have worry in me. Okay? Well, what if worry was a thing? A little black smudge in me. Right? Now, this little worry is just a little thing. You start to think about it like this. You use the light of your consciousness to think about it like this. Now, you see this worry? It was just a little thing. You are alive. You're a living being. Now you put your consciousness on it. Zoom. Starts to move. But you want to solve it, right? So you're going to have to zoom in, bro. Or blow it up. You got to get a better look. You need a microscope, something. So you go do now. You see, first it's just a little attention, a thought. Now I'm going to solve it. Watch. I'm going to have to do a little bit more than just have it nagging. So I'm going to have to do this. Inside. I could outside be doing this. Inside, I do this now. Dang, this thing is really worrying me. I have a minute. Let me see if I can solve it. Now I'm going to open it to see what's in it. Look, my attention is going deeper here, less here. Oh, is it this? But this is a thought now, and I'm either going in or I'm doing this. Lay out the map. So where are we? But I'm still now no longer here. I'm now, this little idea became a map of where I'm going tomorrow, or what it's this or it's this. Okay, so I need another $50 to do that. And if she, but my attention is either here or here, but not visible. It was just a fucking thought. You could have continued to be there while this little thing spun a little bit. Okay? But if you give it attention, now I'm going to talk about it to him. I say, hey, bro, ready? Do you have this problem? He searches. I have it. He brings out his problem. Similar. Now we're talking. I say, well, when I have this problem, I go into it. He now looks in. He goes, and if he had a solution, he wouldn't have the problem. And if I had the solution, I wouldn't have the problem. So now when it's over, we're going to have more problems because he's going to give me ideas about the problems he had, try to solve mine, which doesn't make sense. And now we go away with more ideas and we say, okay, I'll try that later. So it settles with more ideas around it now. It's bigger next time it shows up, bro. This is a trap of thought, okay? It takes your attention to use it.
Yeah.
And when you're around people in any environment, you want to have no attention on yourself at all. At all. Like at all. Like you don't want to be thinking about you or your thoughts or your emotions at all. Well, it doesn't make sense to people to say what I said, but it actually is the only real sense there is. Your senses are out. You should be here doing that. Why are you in your head? What do you think? What are you trying to figure out right now? Are you going to figure it out? No. Then why are you thinking about it? Well, I don't know, because you're unconscious. Come here, present time. How do you get here? The way I found here is through here. In here, you're going to have to go through hell. And I vouch that you're going to have to go through hell, whatever that means for now. Okay? But you're on your way to hell. Congratulations. I'll see you in hell.
Okay, thank you. See you next time.
It's great to see you for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look good, brother. Okay, next.
Next is Armando.
Look at that name. It's a dope name.
Armando.
Can we move the cursor, please? That thing bothers the shit out of me for some reason, bro. One day, I'll be like, you remember with that cursor with fucking a cursor? That's why. You see how it comes when I just look at it? Can you? There's a cursor on his face. Can you remove that cursor from his face? I tell you, it just bothers me, that thing, and because it's called a cursor. What would it be? Can you move the mouse, the pointer? Get that fucking finger out of that motherfucker's face. How's that? I can't talk to you. You got a finger pointer. It's the machine's finger. I was teaching Sultan last night. I taught Fernando a little bit. When you guys talk to machines, you lose your soul because you don't realize that it's a machine. That is a machine, and you're communicating with it, not realizing you're reading things to punch in, that it's giving you actual communication, but it's not visible because you don't know. Where did that communication come from? What was the intention of the people that created that ATM machine? To help you? Did they design it when they say, how much did I pay? $72 fee, right? And you saw how it jumped. The night before it was
42 and then now it's 72.
but it was part of the synchronicities that was happening. I go to fucking get the money, right? And the way it works, he comes to me the night before, and it's like $42. And I'm like, well, whatever. Like, you see, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, and I'm not gonna think about it anymore. It was a crazy horse, right? 42. But wait, the next day, I don't know what it is that's happening, but whatever it is, but when him and I see that, we recognize it's part of the moment synchronicity. So I go to get it again. I think Powerhouse was gonna give me the money. I didn't take it. That's what it was. I was like, no. Right? He had the 3 goals with him. I said, no, I got it. Right? For some reason, I didn't want that. So then I go around, comes with me, and we go, and I'm showing him about the machine and all that. And oh, that's what it was. So I talk to the machine like this. I read it. I go, ATM, withdraw cash. Check. I stay aware. I don't want to be like this. So I'm in it, right? I go through the whole thing. And this is what happened. I'm ready for the cash. I wait. I look back. What happened? I tell him, I just went through everything. I know I did because I was speaking it out loud. Like I wouldn't have missed it. All right, let's try again. Let's do it again. Boom, we go again. Boom, boom. I'm like, look, I'm gonna go through the steps, and then I hit, and it comes up. Your fee to take it. How much was it? $72. The night before was ridiculous. Whenever we were last week, I'm like. He goes, 72. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Do you see that? Let's get it, right? So I took it, $72 fucking fee, right? So every object is first a thought. The people who made this Nicorette quick mist 1 milligram spray, mouth spray nicotine were not thinking about my health and me quitting smoking. So I can't take this as that. Because that would be a lie. And it's the intention that hits you. Got it? Not the coloring. So you have to know what brand you're using it, what you're using it for. Everybody gets lost in Instagram because they're no longer using their Instagram for them. They're using it for others. You see the difference? So then they get sucked into, and we know they do, right? People are being used by their phones. You're supposed to use your phone. ChatGPT, great program, right? Get it? It's incredible, but you have to use it. Otherwise, it'll start using you, and after a while, you have nothing. You understand, right? Machines are like that. That's why the more automatic they become, the worse it is. The worse it is. You want to drive your car. You don't want the car to drive you. That's not a vehicle, a car. That's some other shit. That one day you'll sit in it and go, where are we going? Where are we going? Hey, where are we going? Hold on, press that SO. It's hello. Hi, our car pod tube, whatever the fuck we're in, seems to be going there. Everything will be fine. Just sit back. We'll reroute. Oh, okay, we'll be good. Talk. Hey, what the fuck? Where are we? I don't know. Did you drive? Did you drive there? Or were you carried there? Ah, look at, you don't want automation at the level where you are no longer involved in it. You get what I'm saying? That is the kill switch button on humanity. We're supposed to use technology. We're being used by technology to feed technology. Where you know the truth. You can't, everyone know, everyone, yeah, in the future. Well, what the fuck are you doing about it? You see it, right? What are you doing about it? Well, I try to. All right, good. Move on, right? Move on and go gossip over there with somebody about the shit. All right, nice. Next.
Armando.
Hello,
Armando, hey.
how you doing?
Hey, the good dog suck.
I have a question. A lot of questions have crossed my mind for several days, but off the top of my head, this one comes to mind. It's how would you go about talking to a new girl and trying to show them the light, like, but not forcibly, like for example, how I have inner peace in my body. It's always like a high in my body. So like,
Yeah.
I'm wondering how
Holy
to teach
Spirit.
that. There's no way I can
You
teach
don't.
that.
You don't. What you do is you walk the same path that the main character, Jesus, in this book walks. And so all he did was just go around, live, and preach the word. Now, if you want to be a preacher, that's what you do. Right? I'm a preacher. That's what I do. When somebody else does it, it hits them in the face. I tell everybody, don't talk about God when you're outside. Right? It's a job of a preacher. Now, what's your job? You want the girl, you want to take her to light. You don't preach to her, right? You date her. By dating her, that word is wrong, but we know what we're talking about. Okay? And I'll find the right way to say that when the time comes. I'm sure in our game when we will figure it out, right? So we fellowship about the game. That's what we do at night, okay? And it's very fun. So right now, for you to take her into the light, you have to date her. That's my answer. Why? Because by dating her, okay, I have, a new girlfriend or two in my life. And the way they became my girlfriend is by dating them. Not going to restaurants. Dating is not.
Maybe just mute until you have more to say, because there's traffic sounds.
Okay, so you get what I'm saying? I don't want to belabor the point, but what I'm saying is, as she gets to know you, and you are around each other in any natural environment, don't go out on dates at all in the beginning. Okay? If you guys want to date a girl, don't go to restaurants and all that. Not in the beginning. That's not for a girl that you're getting to know. You don't get to know people in a restaurant. You get to know people in your life, around your life. Right? The perfect date for a man is when she wants to hang out with you, you say, I'm here during these times that she can accompany you with. She can't be everywhere. Right now, she can't be here right now. Whoever wants to date me. Mute your phone.
What about courting? Would you
Hello?
offer?
I wouldn't use that either. Yes, but I don't know why. Because of court.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi is going bad. I don't know why.
Anyway, do you understand? Do you understand the answer? Like, do you get what I'm saying? You will show her the light by
Yeah.
being in your life and her being around it and responding and watching how you respond, questioning it or not, but checking it. She starts seeing the light in you. She'll start commenting on it. 100% sure this will. Then, if you want to be a preacher, you will be a preacher. If you want to minister, come over here. As a minister, you can minister to her. But again, you're not preaching to her. That's a different thing than ministering. Ministering is she's talking to you and she says, you know, I went to the therapist and they said I have fucking bipolar and I'm doing this and that. You listen to her, you ask her some questions, you give her some references from the Bible or Quran or Buddha or wherever you're ministering to, and you talk to her about that you're ministering. You don't talk to her about a problem. You talk to her about that comes up in your mind from the book you minister to when she's speaking. That's a minister of that thing. You minister to her. Okay? Anyways, it's fun. It's the funnest thing you can do, probably. Okay? Mando!
Thank you.
You're welcome. See you soon. Okay, next.
Nobody else says they want to speak yet.
Okay. Hey, okay, let's stop here until they come. Where we at? Remember, you guys, good field reports tonight. Remember how we tell you guys, you have to tell the story in a certain way. You got to get it across them. Now it's important. Okay. Okay. What else? We got anything here? How was it for you, Aroma? You're now kind of like getting into it again. What's it been like?
Last night.
Okay, yeah.
So before I even got into,
And right now we're in a public forum. We'll be more private later. Keep that in mind, okay?
just the mindset. When we got to the vehicle, the transportation over to the club, I usually like to get into a meditating state. And before I did that, I said to myself, I like, just know that I'm with the Father and that I'm surrounded with good people.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Zoom.
Beautiful.
Silent my mind.
When you said that, I felt that. It moved. That's a perfect thing to say for you. Perfect. Well done, bro. So then what?
That helped to not think of like what do I want to do over there. Just whatever happens there happens. And I was in a flow, like in terms of like having conversation. I think like I had like three different conversations with three different girls. So to me that was a good night.
How was the vibe of the conversation for you versus before? What did you notice as a change? I'm with you, man. I can listen like that. And if I couldn't, I'll put it down just so you know, okay? Go ahead.
So probably the last two were really good, just because I've already had conversations with them.
And when you say good, what did you like about it?
Just let me see here.
Okay, send me this link, please. Somebody on my text. What did you like about it? What was good about it?
I felt genuine conversation.
Yeah. They're supposed to be. Listen, when you guys, like, so many people have so many problems interacting with each other. And there's a reason for that. Because you have ideas about yourself, ideas about them, and ideas about how things should be. But I don't know where you're getting these ideas from. Where did you get these ideas from, though? Like, why do you think that is the way people are supposed to talk to each other? Because they show you in the movies? Because I'll show you what they do in the movies. The female FBI agent rolls up to the house just to interview. She notices the door's open, someone's screaming. She takes out her fucking gun and goes to the door like this and goes, I'm going to go check it out. And they go, Sandy, wait for backup. Bring backup. She walks in. Okay, let's go real now. A female FBI agent by herself rolls up. She hears screaming, the door open. Is this bitch gonna take out a fucking gun, go by Rambo on this motherfucker through the house? Right? Fucking superhero, take out people. When she sees a dead person, she walks up all calm, touches. I have a dead body here. Motherfucker. Then after that, bam, 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 they're walking to the car with no breath change. And they're talking like this. We got 4 people dead, 3 people dead. We got who's dead. That's what you think it's like to see a dead body and walk up to a house. And that's, if you're a woman, you think you're going to be like that as an FBI agent? Are you fucking retarded, dude? Are you fucking retarded? Scary movie, Insidious. Little baby upstairs. This bitch sees demons everywhere or some shit. And then she has a little, you know, where you hear the baby? And she's downstairs and she's already spooked. Her baby's way upstairs. She hears in the thing a man talking. Why are you there? She stands there. All right. My God, what the fuck? You're in the house. Your baby's upstairs like that. You hear a man talking. You creep up and keep listening, and it gets scarier. And then the baby cries. Bitch, you deserve to lose the baby and you and all that. And first of all, that is not what happens. What story are they telling us in these things? 5 seasons of Skinwalker Ranch on Hulu. The highest technology of a billionaire. 6 months living in Skinwalker Ranch. Scientists from NASA to earth-finding shit to missiles to black copters. Got it? They sit in a fucking war room that looks like a fucking Marvel superheroes shield agents, right? They find we have something very, very interesting here. Back that up, back that up. Look, you see here this little smudge? That's an anomaly. Bro, I have a better UFO video that I took like this here. You're telling me 6 months with all those scientists, every time you find something is an anomaly that's a little light that went through here? What story are you telling me right now? Do you guys understand? Plus, just so you know, oh man, I could go on. I can go on. Give me a subject and I'll show you how far it goes. Plus, UFOs, unidentified flying objects. Got it? And then they see these lights. And then there's ships. They're not the same thing. And all of them are identified. We're thinking aliens. Why are you thinking aliens all the time? You get it? Why don't you start thinking spirit world? There's a spirit world, y'all. It's more real than this world, okay? This world keeps ending and recycling, doesn't it? This can't be the real one. All right, let's throw this. What? All lies. I can show you every piece of it why it's a lie. It's all a script. If it's on TV, it's a script. It's a script, guys. It's a script. I can show you the script when we sit down together. Anyways, what are we talking about? Oh, you. Yes.
Authentic conversation. That's what it was.
Yes. So, anyways, you are a master at talking authentically. You just have to be present and listen.
Big observation or something that I realized is like, while I'm in that conversation, I need to be present to listen, because in the past, or let's say 2-3 months ago, I was listening, but I was in my head all the time, thinking, what's the next step? What's the next step?
Exactly.
So you're not present. So like the minute you silence the mind and you listen to the person, okay, now this is where the conversation begins.
It'll be perfect conversation if you're righteous, no matter what happens. I mean, imagine the confidence of knowing that in every conversation, you'll always be right. Because the right answer is the true answer you give in that moment. Everybody's trying to pass a quiz. There's only the right answer for you at that time, in that moment. And that's what is going on, is the right answer. Now, if that right answer is something that hurts you, then you're in an environment that's wrong. Okay? So you should just say the right answer. And if people don't like you for that, then that's what it is. Or you could hide the right answer and go forward one more step and see what happens. And then you have these zombie ass lives that you guys have. You guys are dead. Be honest with you. Okay, dead. Sometimes when I'm around people, I was with my girlfriends yesterday. I'm like, all of you are dead. You don't even register as alive anymore. No life force. Okay, think about it. Okay, you could follow my diet and you have more energy. I can tell you sleep this many hours, you'll feel even greater. I can tell you to eat this. Look at me, full of energy. But it's not my diet, it's not all that, okay? You're doing the diet, you're looking like shit. You're trying to sleep, you're fucking tired. You're trying to fix your relationship, it's breaking. God damn, you suck. Look, try it. Give it a try. Why are you so scared to try this book? Why is everybody so scared to try this book, but not scared to go into the fucking mountains, sit, meditate in the middle of the night to see a UFO, not knowing what the fuck is in the air over there? Why is it so scary for people to grab the Bible and just try doing it? What would happen, guys? Have you ever thought about that shit? They'll do all kinds of crazy shit. They'll draw blood, sacrifice kids, go into the woods, kill bunnies and hang them on trees just to feel some kind of power. Why don't you try this book for once? Not what the preacher says. Why don't you and see what you get from it? Well, I don't understand it. Good, there's a lot of it. Try another one. Then try another one. Then if you can't find it, I'll give you one that you can understand. It's very simple, okay? Try it. That's how you know how powerful things are, right? I've been here for a long time recently, showing everyone supernatural powers. And everybody's asking all kinds of questions when the answer I'm telling you is right here, all right? So where are we? Yes. Okay, we're good? Or you got more?
Yeah, and then just observing the lust that comes up as, you know, let's say if I get a dance or
Yeah.
certain thoughts come to my
Yeah.
mind, like even observing the drink.
Yeah.
And
That's very good. You should always drink consciously and eat consciously. Be there. Mm-hmm.
yeah, just looking at that, and you know, it feels better versus you know, in the past when I was unconscious under those things of not knowing the lustful coming or just the lust in me during the conversation or even food. So I'm more aware of that now.
That's all you need to do. Don't change nothing. That's why we go out. Stay with us. Because that's all it takes for anybody to change anything you don't like about yourself. Because you don't like it about yourself, but you're doing it, right? That means somewhere in there, you're going unconscious, at least to a little bit. The only way to change anything that ever works is to not change anything that you're doing, but become conscious while you're living. Because when you're conscious, you don't do stupid shit, man. You catch, I'm about to have a third drink. This is my third drink because you haven't been sipping and talking, and then I'll have another one, and then, all right, I'll have a shot. What the fuck is going on? One, every sip, aware. Then you'll see how long it takes to drink a Coke. You see me, right? I don't drink outside anymore. And I get a Coke, and that shit's still there at the end. Why? I get the food, it's still there, because when you're conscious, you don't eat that much. Have you ever ate unconscious? You go, oh, damn, I ate all that. Try eating consciously. You're done. You're done, bro. I barely eat. Barely eat. Okay? Anything you do consciously, you'll do much less than what you're doing. You understand? You won't need to have sex like as many times or as long because you're there. Enough. Fuck. You know what I mean? And they go, you know, it's got to take this long, this long. First time I ever had sex in my life, I would watch in the clock while I'm fucking the girl. First time I lost my virginity. Because I know the next day I'm going to go to school. Everyone's going to talk about how long I had sex. Because I would hear the conversations in class, in fucking class. These fucking kids are talking about who fucked who for how long. And I'm sitting here and I'm a fucking virgin. And I don't want to fuck no girl. I don't. I like girls. I just don't want to fuck them, okay? But I might be the only virgin in all the fucking Del Mar that's cool enough to beat up all the non-virgins. There's a problem with that. There's the guys who are virgins. They're not like me at all. There's the guys who are not virgins. They're not like me at all. I got to fit in somewhere. Right? So I finally have unrighteous bullshit sex. And it's just been one straight elevator down to hell since then. Right? My father never sat me down to tell me anything about the subject. Not once. And now I was 18 when I lost my virginity. Right? 18-year-old man, really. Right? And should I have had sex at 18? I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. Who gives a fuck? I'm just telling you what a man goes through. And I was good. Like some people are 30 and this and that, and they're virgins and they don't want to be virgins. And that's not right either. Right? Dude's like a 30-year-old virgin and he's like, you know, well, I haven't had sex. And he's trying to justify it about, he's not being honest. That's the problem. I didn't want to have sex. That's all. I should have waited till I wanted to have sex. And for every man and woman up there, don't ever have sex if you don't want to have sex. Okay? End of story. Just don't. Whoever is with you, if they can't handle that, fuck them, dude. Fuck them. Right? You don't fight about sex in a relationship. Because that's not what a relationship is. That's one of those, you know, FBI stories that tell you? Watch a whole movie of families and all kinds of shit, right? And ask yourself, why is that passionate love scene in there with all those angles and cameras? Is it necessary for me to see that in this movie right now? To the storyline, this man and this woman fucking, or this woman and this woman now fucking, or this man and this woman making out, where does it fit in this for me? Would it have not been enough for me to know they're together now? Maybe kissed each other once. Do I need to see the porno with the lighting and the music? What you're not seeing is the cameras that you're not seeing in front of me. Now put a woman, action. More. Cut. Put some makeup right there. Okay, Jenny, move this way. Look it. Kiss her more passionately. Two strangers. She's married, he's married. Hello, bro. You get it? Fucking nasty, bro. Right? And then they have a kid actor who's a 7 or 8-year-old boy, 12-year-old boy. And that's his mother. And she's fine as hell. They're making out in bed. His role is to knock on the door while they're having sex. They go, hold on, honey. That 12-year-old actor knows exactly the script. He also knows he's about to walk in, she's in bed, he's in bed, and he's going to say, can I sleep with you guys? You're a 12-year-old boy, guys. You have a fine-ass actor who just did a sex scene. Your scene. And then you got to crawl into bed, in between them. She's going to now stroke your hair, kiss you like this. What's that 12-year-old boy going to do in the bathroom next? Masturbate. He is gonna masturbate to that woman. Right, TL? Look, he agrees. Everyone knows. That boy will masturbate to that woman later. Okay? And now, you know that elevator I went down so hard at 18 years old doing it wrong? He's on an elevator. He's on a bullet train to hell. The next time he sees a girl his age, it's going to be different. He's now a predator, just so you know. He's got the hormones of a teenager, right? He's going through puberty, right? He's an actor, right? He's around all that shit, right? No kid should ever do any movie. Ever. Ever. If it is, dad has to be there all the time, watching everything. You get the amount of control a father would have to exert on that environment for his son or daughter to be in a movie with strangers and cameras and all that, knowing what we know about people's hearts now. Right? Get the fuck out of here. Like, that's stupid. Okay, we have a question here. I want to answer it from a woman. It says, cool. A woman wants to know this, everybody. How does a woman make money righteously? How does a woman make money righteously? Okay, we're gonna just talk about it. Let's talk about it. See what we come up with. Let's see what we say here. Okay, let's start.
Definitely under her man.
Under her man.
So her man is giving her the guidance, and as long as she's in that order
Yeah.
with him, then that's righteous.
So what if he's a pimp?
Well,
And he's giving the order, don't come home, bitch, unless you give me that. How much you got? Only 500? That pussy worth 1,000 tonight, bitch.
then the ceiling of her righteousness is what his level of righteousness.
Is there a ceiling of righteousness there? Is there a righteous ceiling that one can climb up and down? Or is righteousness just one? Can they worship two gods? There's no ceiling of righteousness there. So I don't agree with that. Anybody would like to argue his point with me? That a pimp, no matter what order she's under him, she is not righteous following a pimp. Make sense? What do you think?
Well, I remember when you were talking about alpha and beta in time past, and if there was any beta tendencies, then it's beta, you're not alpha. So it's either you're alpha or you're not.
Okay.
But then today you were talking that you had some beta tendencies.
Had. We were talking about JT then.
Sure.
I'm perfect now.
Right.
What's that have to do with her and pimp? And righteousness. That has nothing to do with that so far for me. I'm trying to relate it.
Yeah, I guess I'm relating it in the sense of like degrees of this, but
I'm asking you, does righteousness have a degree? Per the game I'm playing? No. So that for me, that doesn't work. All right. Any other ideas? How does a woman make money righteously? Anybody here? So whichever girl asked right now, you're lost because no man has the answer, and men need to lead you. So what's a way for a woman to make righteously, men? Maybe I don't have the answer. I haven't looked at it yet. There you go. No one knows.
I don't think it could happen without being under a righteous man.
Okay.
I think that if she's making money as a solo woman out there, she is selling her sexuality in some way or another to get ahead.
I think that's what the question is coming from. How the fuck am I going to make it?
Exactly. So if she is under a righteous man and under his guidance and following in the order,
Yeah.
then that's how she would, however many manifestations of business that she can make money, if it's under his guidance, then that's
Be righteous. So you're fucked because nobody here could answer it, and he answered it wrong the first time, right? So how does well, I'll give my answer, and maybe I'm wrong, and we try it. How does a woman make money righteously? The first thing that comes to me is a woman's not supposed to be working. Let's start there. The question, how does a woman make money, doesn't register as any sort of truth for me. She doesn't, to start with. Now, they've made it where that's not possible in today's world, or very difficult. The guy's got to be making that shit. But it starts wrong. She was never created to make money. She was created to raise a child or help him. That is her creation. That is her original creation from God. Then her mom's creation, her dad's creation, school, TV, careers, ideas, goals have now been her creation of herself, right? But she, by birth and nature, was never created to work. For that reason, any man who's healthy can beat any woman who's healthy of the same weight at any work. Natural man, 135 pounds. Natural woman, 135 pounds. He should be able to beat her. Otherwise, we have a very sickly man, don't we? Right? Whatever weight you are, whatever weight she is, you're not like pumping up, she's not pumping up. You should be able to defeat her in everything physical. Run faster than her, punch faster than her, climb faster than her, work longer than her, concentrate better than her, right? You're not designed for that. Now, get a man, like one of my friends is a UFC fighter. Get a man to begin to get up to take care of the kid, to feed the kid, because mom needs to rest. Get the man to push that stroller. What a good man. Get that man to say, where's the baby? Now get that man doing that. And I don't know what I was going to say about that, but it's related to that, right? That's fucked up. That's all I got to say. All right? You're taking its soul. Oh, why am I saying that? Why am I saying that? Because he's not designed for that. The house dads are on the verge of killing themselves or masturbating on kid porn somewhere. The frustration of having to sit home while your wife is out working somewhere in a man-filled world, and you got a kid here or two kids here, and you're babysitting all day. So bro, the answer is a woman shouldn't work. But in today's world, she does. The second answer to that is she has to find a righteous man. We saw it's not round. So now what do you do? So you're fucked. Because that's the answers, okay? That's the answers. Okay, next.
With Zeke.
Yo,
Hey, man.
can I talk about my experience yesterday?
Of course.
Okay, so I took 3 edibles.
3
I
what?
still have a little bit of anxiety right now from it.
You're right. You
Like
always had
the
anxiety. It's just activated.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
always,
yeah.
you always have, hold on. You always have anxiety, and the edibles you took are still activating that anxiety at a higher level. They're feeding your anxiety. That's actually
Yes.
what's happening. And then by saying that, you would see what you did. You live with anxiety. You took a chemical that is making the anxiety more, but you probably took the chemical to not have anxiety or have a good experience. Starting here, go forward.
Spot on. Okay. So when I took it, the anxiety increased, right? And
Yeah.
man, it was a crazy experience. I
Yeah.
had to lay down, right? I had to like sit down and take a breather and be alone. All the windows were
Right.
open. I felt like people were looking at me from outside. I was
Uh-huh.
getting very paranoid. And then I went to go sit down and boom, I sucked in, right? I sucked in somewhere. I wasn't here. My eyes were tweaking, like, it was
Hey,
like a
where are you?
seizure
We don't.
kind of.
Hey, bro, we don't see you. Look at the camera. Look at where you are.
Oh, okay, okay. It was like
Yeah.
it like I started having like a seizure. My brother said my eyes were like rolling back, but I was sucked in like how you were in the couch. I was like that. And
That couch is sucked into me. I ain't sucked into no couch. I'm
like
privileged.
it was
I'm sitting
weird.
like a king. Let me sucked in. Yeah, go
And
ahead. But I get
and I,
what you're saying. Go
yeah. So I was tripping and my brother-in-law, he was kind of making it worse because I was scaring him. He was freaking
ahead. You
out.
should be that fucking asshole. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
for some reason, everything went in this order, right? Like I started to suck in, right? When I said I started to like spiral,
Yeah,
right?
for sure. Yeah.
And it felt like a horror movie. Like, Cat in the Hat?
Yeah.
You know how it's creepy? It's
Yeah.
like a
And I know why
creepy
it's creepy.
vibe from the cat, and then the little kids are running away from the cat because it's scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I felt like. I was
Yeah.
scared and I was trying to run away from this cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so that's what was happening. I was hearing stuff, right?
Yeah.
My friend, he was trying to wake me up. He's like, "Yo, yo, stop, you're scaring me." And then he's laughing at me. And he's like, "All right, stop, stop, you're scaring me." And then he's laughing and he's like, "Stop, you're scared."
Wait. Are you scary or is he laughing at? I'm laughing, but I'm not scared. Is
I
he
don't
scared
know.
or is he laughing?
I was
He sounds
confused.
like, hey, he sounds like a girl when they're nervous. They laugh. Your friend is
Yeah,
a girl.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
like, oh,
exactly.
you're scaring me.
And I told him, "Stop, leave me alone. Leave me alone." I
Faggot?
was trying to tell
Fuck.
him that. Like,
Yeah.
but I kept getting sucked into this abyss, right? You
Yeah.
could use
Right.
syntax, whatever.
Yeah, you
That's
got it. You got it. You're right on it.
yeah, that's how I felt like I got into this abyss and I was trying to escape. It was like I was trapped and I'm trying to get out. I can't.
Yes. No.
And it was very scary, right? So and then he called my mom. My mom was freaking out. My sister was freaking out. I was like, help. And
It's
then
creepy.
I went to the bed. He said lay down in the bed. Whatever, I lay down in the bed. And I started to come back, and then my brother came in. He's like, yo, you need to puke. You need to
Nice.
puke. And then I haven't puked since I was a kid. For the first time I
Ah,
ever puked.
ah,
I felt like I had to like release all of that in me. Right? I get a little emotional talking about this because it's
yeah,
deeper. And
yeah.
I threw
I'm with you.
up
I'm with you.
5 times, 5 times.
Yeah.
Dude,
You feel better though now.
yeah,
Good. Well
yeah,
done. It's still, hey, this tears are still part of that throw up, just so you know. You're purging.
yeah,
You're good. You feel better. You look better. You're lighter. Well done. Everything you said is true. Hey, stop doing the drugs, bro.
yeah. I stay away from that shit.
Good. Right? I mean, if you do, you
Yeah.
got that. But good job, man. Congratulations. That puking is you purging some shit. That's for sure.
Oh yeah,
At
it
least
was
you said that.
nasty. It was like black and shit.
I know exactly what
It
you
was
mean.
disgusting. Yeah.
Yeah, it happens. That's a really good sign.
Yeah.
You want to come back and talk again when the emotion
Sorry,
settles?
I don't want nobody to see me like, cry and shit. It's like
It's all right.
pussy shit,
We'll go
man.
to the next one. We'll come back to you. We're gonna come back to you.
All
Hey, good job,
right,
man.
thank you.
Yeah, come back when the emotion settles. It's not you, it's just emotion, right?
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Next is Arturo.
That's awesome, man. Have I spoken to that man before today? I have. Have I told him he's gonna have angels with him? Yeah.
But yeah, he has been on. He was the guy that you started going to calisthenics. He was on my guest on.
Was he outside?
No, he was inside. Really
Okay.
skinny. He says I do push-ups sometimes.
Oh yeah, right on. Okay, good. Sweet.
What's that song called? Where it's like,
I don't know. It's laying the R or some shit. Here. It's dope, right?
yeah, it's like,
Okay, who's next? Here.
Arturo.
Lay Nahar. Nahar is like a demon you layer.
You got your camera, Arturo? Who's connecting?
This is so fun. I don't want to stop.
Just went to 12.
12. It's almost done. It's getting faster this like time period. I'm experiencing it quicker and quicker from 10 to 2, 12. It's just like, feels like this guy here.
There he is.
Yeah. Men, I don't recommend this for you. I was over there.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, you can do it by yourself, but it's pretty gay.
Hey, what's up, Arash?
It's just gay. You know why? You know why men do this? Because girls like it. That's why you're gay with it. See that? It's already in it. No man would be using this to smoke unless he's doing it for a girl. You know that crack cocaine, whatever the fuck you were thinking about? If she comes to you yesterday, you were confessing?
Oh, that part, yeah.
This is the same thing, disguised. A guy will take this so that she can use it. Right?
Right.
Yeah. So you just need to be conscious that you're doing it because you want to get a girl and it looks like a girl shit. This looks like should be in a girl's purse, not in my purse. I have a purse too. Okay. What's up, bro? Oh, okay. Yeah, what's going on?
What on, man?
Hey. Right on.
Yeah, let me know if the signal goes out, because I have
Yeah,
bad
I like
signal.
your voice. Hey, I like your voice, bro. You got a good voice.
Oh, appreciate it, man.
Real good.
I like your voice too, man. You
Hey.
done a lot for me.
Are you single or no? Not for me, a friend.
Man, it's funny you asked that, dude. I I'm single. I'm
Then I
single
asked-
because I want to be, man. But there's a counter to it because when girls see that I have a kid, there's a breakup. And so usually I know I can get a girlfriend, but then I realize I can't keep her, if that makes sense.
How old is your kid?
Oh, she's 7.
Okay. Are you singly raising her or you're raising her with mom?
So I'm the one that's doing the character development. So
Mhm.
and I'm the one that has the routine and has the schedule and that's
Excellent.
pushing. But
Mhm.
everything's an uphill battle. So I don't have help. But it is what it is, you know?
Right. But the question I'm asking, because I'm leading to something in regards to what you said. So I get that you're doing that, right? But is she with you most of the time or with her most of the time? And what time exchange, like change, you know?
Um to save time, yeah, she's with me 75% of the time. And then
All
with her
right. That's even
mom,
better for where I was going to go.
30%.
That's even better. Good. So you have her most of the time, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to just tell you, I'm not in that situation. And that's why I don't have kids. Right. So the advice I'm giving comes from that because it might be different. I was in it. Right. So the thing I want you to just look at for a second, brother, is she's 7, you said, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as a kid, right, the one thing every kid wants, everybody, is for mom and dad to be together, just so you know. They don't give a fuck what kind of fight is happening in the house. Okay. They want mom and dad to be together and work it out. We've all been to some point of this and we all know this, right? And so that's the child's wish no matter what. The second thing everybody should know about children, and you could check it out for yourselves. I'm going to tell you what I know. Second thing you should know about children is they don't like their stepmoms. And that code is in all the fucking Disney stepmom movies, right? Because the stepmom doesn't like them. That's the thing. You see that? Their own mother, first of all, doesn't like them. So how could a stepmom like them? Right? She can act sweet, and that's that evil witch in the cartoons you see. Would you like this? But it always comes from a bad intention. So it's like a poison and a poison and a poison and a poison. And the kid feels the niceness, but also feels that creepiness of cat in the hat feeling. Like that's a good way to say that now, right? And so the third thing is, I'm now talking to the man who has a child, okay? So first of all, child wants mom and dad together no matter what. 2, if not, child does not like stepmom because stepmom don't like child. 3, we're going to go deeper into hell. 3, stepmom already has a child, right? And now dad, new stepmom and child live together. Do you know why? Because this mom and this kid are his now, and he's divorced with her, but she belongs to 2. Now this child knows this dad is now with this kid all the time. So every time it comes here, this child is now on a whole other level of suffering that's happening that's not even available to imagine, really, unless you've been in it. There's the third one. Now it gets worse. If this is a girl and the child is a girl, now you got 2 girls. One's real mother. One has taken dad from mother. One has taken dad from mother, right? That's her daughter. I'm in their house. The one who's taken dad is being extra nice to me, but she's poisonous because she's going to have to deal with her own daughter later, and this is not good. Meanwhile, dad is trying to keep all them bitches happy. And dad is stuck because if he gives his own daughter a little bit more, then that evil witch is going to have to, he's going to have to deal with no sex or fighting or her ex or whatever. Like, he is fucked. The kid is fucked. Everybody's fucked, okay? Except the bitch right here. This is the one running the show right now, okay? Now, there's steps to it. If this is a girl and that's a girl, well, there's the problem. If this is a girl and that's a boy, there's going to be sexual molestation from that boy to that girl. Do not put him in the same room without you, ever. Just so you guys know. That boy growing up would touch his own sister. I put my word on it. Guaranteed this, 100% is happening. If you guys, anybody's in a situation Your little daughter is getting touched. Now, you can't just go around. You have to check for yourself. But that's what happens. Okay? Mom and dad, for the child's sake, need to stay together because it's their child. Now, if they can't, now we got this. Now, let's say the mom now, which will always happen first, although it looks like it's not happening. It looks like the dad's gone on, right? The mother, at some point, is going to have a guy come around. She'll say shit like, I don't want to take you around because, shit, whatever. What she doesn't know is the child knows mom's dating different guys. And the child is not thinking, mom is looking for a good man to come home and father me. It's like mom's on another date, dad's married, and the child starts hating mom for betraying dad, no matter what. Now, this just goes to hell. So what is the solution, best solution I can right now in this moment come up with if I was in any of those? One, the first solution would be, like you said, I would not want a girlfriend at all. Zero. Until when? Until my child, boy or girl, is old enough to be an adult. Because I already fucked up somewhere and I cannot keep fucking up so that I'm happier or whatever. So if you want pussy as a man, there's ways to get pussy. But definitely, I do not want to give 1 ounce of my energy to a woman extra ever. Ever. Like, what? I got to raise a fucking kid who's got to go through all this shit right now. That's my fucking kid. The bitch ain't going to do it. She's going to use the kid against you and all kinds of shit. You could give her 100 rules, 100 schedules. You're going to have 110 problems with it. If she does it, she'll do it wrong. If she, you know how it goes, bro. Okay, otherwise you'd be together. So, as a man, if I was in that situation, now I have a number 1 priority that goes over my job. It goes over my passions. It goes over everything. I got to raise this kid right now somehow in this hell. So I have number 1 job over everything. My kid needs to know that right away. Right away. I'm 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, anytime. Got it? And my kids got to know this. Then, what if I want to date or get pussy? Well, you know what? Even if you are married with that, you would want to go out as a healthy man with your male friends out around women. You're a man, whatever your ethics are to do that, but you definitely want to be around women, interacting with them as a man. Imagine a man who doesn't get to talk to a beautiful woman after he's married or as a girlfriend. Like, where is he now? Where is he in talking to her after a while? He hates her. So regardless, you're going to have your own time as a man. And during that time, if it's legal, you go get a prostitute. If you're talking to women as friends that they don't come around your child, she doesn't know anything about them. It has nothing to do with her. You got friends that are girls, right? And they have sex. And so, guys, that's the way I would do it. But I'm not in that position. And I know it's not a little thing, but it's not a little thing. That child is not a little thing. That child is the spirit of God. So don't fuck with it. Right?
Arash, may I
Yes.
share my experience?
Please.
So one thing is for sure, you have remained monumental in my life. Dating 10 years back.
Wow.
So every girl that I stayed true was I was open that I will have more than 1 girlfriend. And that probably didn't help because I did have a kid.
Yeah.
But I didn't compromise. And so anyway, so the point is, it's funny, I find myself where mom comes clean and says, yeah, we were gonna introduce another girl into the relationship. And so
what do you mean?
here comes.
Wait, I misunderstand. The mother of your child says to you, we were going to introduce another girl. Who's we? You and her?
Sorry. Let me explain properly.
Yeah, please. Okay.
So when I started to learn from you, Arash, one thing I got clear was don't compromise yourself. If you wanted to have more than 1 woman, you just have to be honest with yourself about that.
And everybody else. Be honest about it. That includes you and everybody else. You could be honest with yourself all day and lie to others. You ain't honest about it. What happened to him? Oh, okay. All right. So listen, not be honest with yourself about it. When I started the path of that, I became honest with everyone about it. Starting with my girlfriend Electra first, I'm going to be doing this. Handle that. Then my own parents, they're like, what? I'm like, every man wants it. I want it. I'm going to do it. Right? Now, there's more to this for me. But the idea when someone says, be honest with yourself, it has to come from a clean heart. Otherwise, it doesn't mean that. Now, I do want you to know something. I was 100% with a clean heart the whole time I was doing my thing. Okay? And I was. But I thought everybody else was too. And I was wrong. And that's why, since you've been following me for 10 years, that's why you would have to understand the importance of me using this book now. Because I was always right, okay? But I was just like everybody else. You think people think like you and feel like you, right? But nobody could get the results, bro, right? Because they were not in here as clean as me. I've been super clean my whole life, okay? Now listen to this. Currently, right now, getting multiple women, right? Hey, if you've been here for 10 years, these are the top people I trained, just so you know. Can you imagine going out with players that I've trained for years on everything you could imagine? I've told these guys, right? Now, ready? Even now, that these are bona fide players, men who can go get women, beautiful women, and do what men want to do with them, right? Even though that, I'm still galaxies away from them, right? Do you know why? Exactly the same reason. Compared to this heart, there are sewers still around me. It's the same exact thing, but now with a different level of cleanliness, right? In order for me to follow the path this main character, Jesus, laid out in this storyline and do it, so committed to it. That's, if you've been following me for 10 years, you would know somewhere about me that I'm going to do it exactly as it is for the teacher, right? And so I just did exactly what he said, and I'm free of all of those things. So if you've been my student for 10 years, I'm not going to say, sorry, I fucked you up. I would have actually thought that until I went through the story and I saw what happened. When I said that to you, and I said to the world, be honest with yourself. If you want multiple women, go be honest with yourself and tell her. I meant exactly that, right? However, nowhere in there did I mean the trillion other thoughts that ended up being the trillion other questions I was asked about that still resulted in no result. I could not understand this question ever, and they'll vouch for it. Ready? How do I tell my girlfriend or wife that I want to be with other women? Exactly the fucking way your pussy ass lips spoke to me. What do you mean? I said that. What do you mean? How do I go saying it? Do that move first and then say it, right? Go pray. Go read The Art of War. So when you tell her and she says, what the fuck do you mean by that? So I would tell them, and then they would ask the next stupid fucking question that wouldn't fucking make sense. How do I tell the other girl that I have a girlfriend? You motherfucking piece of shit. The way that you tell her is you tell her. What's the next numbskull fucking evil question that I can't seem to fucking comprehend right now? Right? Do you know why? I was always a pure soul, and I can say that with 100% fact. No, not one man or woman that ever said about this man that I did them wrong told the truth. And every one of them paid more dearly than I could ever want them to pay for it. You know why? It's the way it works. Okay? It's the way it works. But just so everyone knows, who needs to know, I have never, not one time, in contact with any of you from online to in person to wherever, not one time, just so you know, did I ever say something or make a decision that I thought would hurt you. Ever. And I have hurt a lot of people. So when I saw that, by following his footsteps, I saw that I had hurt a lot of people that I loved. The more I loved them, the more I hurt them, actually. I saw it. In the next moment, the bucket broke under, and there was no more water, no more moon, and I could finally see the world. Because I was so interested in my water, making sure it's still as I'm walking, to no ripples in my mind, controlling it, walking quieter, putting cleaner water, getting a new bucket a bit. I'm doing all this. And then suddenly, as I'm following him, the bucket breaks. It was too heavy. It had been too wet for too long, carried for too many fucking years. Same bucket, new material. Same bucket, new material. Motherfucker, Buddhism and Taoism and every ism that could ever work is in this fucking bucket, and the world is coming to the master of masters, the one who can do supernatural shit in that world. You know why? The only way one could ever do that is he'd have to be a child of God. And I sit here knowing I'm a child of God. And knowing you are too. And knowing the situation you're in is exactly where you need to be. Now, where you are, your next step, 10 years as my student, is to now go through the New Testament for you. Just grab the New Testament. I don't know if you're familiar with it. And start reading it. I want you to skip to the point where Jesus does the Sermon on the Mount. Start that. A lot of it is most likely not going to be like you're going to, so how do I do that? Don't do that. I want you to read it and let the light, the truth of it hit you. You're going to know truth when you hear it or read it. There you go. Good. So that's all you got to do, because whatever you say next, whatever you say next is a question. This is going to be the answer, because you have to become righteous and you have to go through hell. Remember how that guy just spoke about throwing up and all that? Hey, that's the entrance to hell. When you walk up to the sulfur, you're going to have that reaction.
Oh shit, my mic is not muted.
He hasn't even entered, right? It's scary what you're going to have to go through in here to get this. But I'm going to tell you now, just like before, the pure heart told the pure truth to the world, and they suffered. And he couldn't understand it. Then he told it again, and they suffered. He couldn't understand it, right? Moses, so-and-so, so-and-so, all the prophets told the truth. It got worse. Told the truth. It got worse. Then a new messenger came. A new messenger came and said, they were all right. All my videos are true. They really are. Same message. But look at the state of the world now. Those prophets were given those truths by God. They're okay. They did their job. You killed them or didn't listen to them. And when they left, look at the shit you left. Now, I'm going to send my top dog, my favorite boy in the storyline. This is my dude. I'm going to have him finish the fucking job before you all get annihilated. So now he's going to walk and he's going to say to everybody what I'm telling you. All they said was true. Hold the law. Yes, if you want multiple women as a man, be honest with yourself. Absolutely. And honest with her. That stands true. And that, and that, and that, and that, and that. And the same message of this messenger that freed this man is this. Now that you got all that, but you couldn't apply it, let me tell you why. You yourself are a sinner. Otherwise, you would have understood, thou shalt not kill. Which means don't kill. You would have understand, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor. That's pretty fucking clear. You would have understood, treat others the way you would like to be treated. love thy neighbor. Oh man, this is so much easier than the physics fucking quiz or some shit. Why aren't you doing it? Why are you suffering? You fuck. All right, here's the way to go. He arrives and shows them all this shit they're dealing with. He can quickly resolve like this. There's men and women with demons in them in the story. And he just walks up and says, get out. And they get out. And they go, oh my God, he must be a magician. Then he goes forward and he does the next thing. And as even when they have no food, he makes more food. He shows, testified in the story by witnesses that were around him, he showed he could walk through the same land in the same timeline with the same problems and perform miracles and be reborn. Then he's like, this is the way. It's straight and narrow. If you do this, you can do everything I do. If you want, and more. And in the story, if you follow me righteously, I'm going to give you a little help from the big author of this book, the one he represents. And he said, you see the miracles? That guy is the Lord of Lords, the King of Kings. And when I go, I'm going to ask him to give you something. This is the story in here. I'm going to ask him to give you this spirit because you're in hell and you're filled with spirits right now. That's why you can't move. I'm going to give you this spirit, but it's going to be a Holy Spirit. It's going to come from the top. And it's going to be with you and through you. And it's going to clean you out and show you the way. Now, in order for this to happen, you have to understand it's not your will, so don't change it. It's his will that's taking place. His will, supernatural power. Supernatural power. We can't measure it because the Hulk doesn't have superpowers. He has powers. He's strong. He can do nothing else. He's a, that's not a superhero. That's a big ape. That's a King Kong. That's not a superhero. Thor, that's not a superhero. That's a god made into a superhero. Thor is legitly a name of a god, not a superhero. Got it? And when you see Thor as a superhero, you'll never see Thor as a god. But if you walk this storyline, you might see Thor as a god. And if you have the eyes to see Thor as a god, then imagine how cool it was when you first saw Thor as a superhero. That's a painting of Earth on a paper versus Earth. Thor, the Marvel Comics, is a painting of Earth on the palm of your hand really nicely compared to Earth. That is the difference in power level of the name Thor. After a while, you don't recognize this is Thor's day. And if you knew Thor and it was Thor's day, you would understand why a lot of things happen. You get it, man? It's so cool because you're in a fucked up situation because you're in hell. You're just in your own type of hell that many others share. It's not unique, your situation at all, okay? But the next man is in his own hell. Now, he could be anxiety. He can't go to the mall because he sits in his car and shakes all day, then drives back. I had a student like that. He couldn't go out. He would drive, sit in his car, sweat. He would stay for 2 hours trying to go in the mall. Then he'd drive back home and he would research his fucking problem. And when he first came to me, I'm not kidding you, the motherfucker gave me a brochure of psychiatric problems. Yeah, this is way back, way back. This is probably one of my first students ever that I helped online. I still know his name. He's the guy that then sent me a check way later that I framed. It was for $100. It was because during that time, whatever was going on, I remember it was either, he wanted to be an actor. He's a great actor now, by the way. He wanted to be an actor, right? He's a great actor. He went from being like the old Adrian to when I got a message from him, I recognized the name, but not who it was at all. Completely different person. So his hell was sitting in the car. Your hell is having this child. His hell is whatever, right? But everybody's in hell. And everyone has to bear their cross properly. Okay? If you do it right, I am here to show you. If you've been watching me for 10 years, bro, you should be able to measure there's a difference in me, right? It keeps coming and going. Okay, we're going to be ending soon. Okay, Armando, is that Armando? What's his name? Arturo. Arturo, come back again or go online tonight. Come to class. Give him a class tonight if he wants to come.
Yeah.
Come to class tonight, bro. Come to class. You're going to love it. Okay, we're going to be ending this. We're going to talk it out. We talk it out. We talk it out. We talk it out. Octavio, what's going on over there? What's your take on this today?
Powerful.
Yeah?
Powerful.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how you use certain language to separate them from like their emotions. How you're very like, it's almost like surgery.
It is, sir.
Yes, like you have to be very careful about knowing that it's not them.
Exactly.
And that's what helped me confess yesterday, because it's like, I know that's not me.
Congratulations.
It's so easy, because it's like, why am I attached to this?
Hold on, I want to say something to the men that are listening to him online, right? He's like, that's why it was so easy for me to confess yesterday, because I know it's not me. Why am I so attached to it? When you could freely confess the darkness in your soul with responsibility. Bitches confess, criminals confess all kinds of shit. There's no responsibility, right? They sit in the room for 5 hours, finally like, all right, but let me tell you what happened. I cut her throat, this and that. And it's like, I know it was wrong, but that's not confession. It's when you're sitting there embarrassed, shaking, like, I don't ever want to be this person. That's the one you want to put the light on, everybody. The one that would make everyone not like you if they knew you. Even if it puts you in jail, then you should be in jail, motherfucker. If your confession puts you away for life because you did something, right after this, get the fuck up as the robot that you are. Go over there and confess to the cops. Because you will do better in life doing that than what you're doing right now. Because then you will begin to take responsibility for what you've done. On the other hand, if you're not guilty, don't ever take that sentence from anyone. I know I'm not guilty. Say what the fuck you want to say about what I do. I fuck whoever I want. I smoke whoever I want. I drink whatever the fuck I want. But I can say whatever the fuck I want. And fuck you and fuck him and everybody burn in hell. And I'm here now to talk about Christ. Okay, now what? Now what? What are you going to do? It's going to make me change my mind. Then don't come around, motherfucker. Your loss, not mine. I don't lose nothing if you don't come around. I'm still going to be this. Okay, you go watch another fucking show or read another fucking book or another asshole. But this is it. That's the difference. Go ahead.
And if you don't confess, you're still in hell. You're still going to be living in there. And it's even worse. Because like you said, just that one little speck of... I explained it to these guys the other day. It's like, if this drink has just 1% of poison, are you going to want it or no?
No.
Right?
What if that poison is really going to keep getting more in your system?
That's exactly what happens.
You can't shit this poison out. It festers in your soul. You do better drinking poison. You might live with that. This one you carry forever and it grows into, it's called a hydra. It's a hydra when you see what it is.
Or a symbiote.
That's why
Yeah.
I could catch every head of that hydra. As fast as it grows, I grow, he grows, we grow. Zay, pop the motherfucker's head off suddenly. Hey, Zay, that's what happens. Right? I grow, he grows, we grow. Zay, Zay's the final chop. Go ahead.
Yeah, and it's just identifying it like when it comes up and just being able to be aware of just when certain things come up, I'm able to catch it faster.
Hey, you literally get faster.
Yeah.
Like last night, I'm doing everything I can to slow down, and I'm way faster than everybody. I'm literally trying to slow down because you think so fast, you move so fast. It's so cool, man.
Although initially, I will say what initially happened was my time really slowed down in the
that's the
beginning.
thing.
In the beginning, it was I was
No,
like
time slows down
I couldn't.
because you speed up.
Yeah.
You get it? You speed up so much that when a person is talking, you can see things that nobody, you could see a flick of the eye, the breath, the head, the move, the finger. I don't call it out. If I did, everybody would look for body language. Like Monster's Foot went like that right now.
But it's not. It's not even about that.
Joe's went like that right now. So
No,
the
that-
thought that, right? So that's not an accident. His body position is not an accident that just changed.
Yeah, it is small. Oh, yeah.
Right? But that's a big motion. What about the small motion taking place? Smaller than that. Right? The attention of Gio's attention from the phone up is a movement you can feel in the air. Now it's different. He looked, right? We saw his head turn, but it wasn't his head that I saw. I saw his head turn, but I also felt it. Right? So then that becomes the next thing and the next thing. And it gets so fast in the same timeline. You catch the communication wave before it happens. So you position yourself in places and people end up there because you see their intention on the stage. You see how they're looking at everybody, and then they look at you and you see their decision as they move on. And you go, okay, who wanna bet that girl's gonna come here later?
Yeah.
How do you know? She was just dancing. You see how she looked at me? And then the person tries to figure it out. It wasn't that. It's one split second.
I had it at the strip club yesterday. Every time I felt somebody looking at me, sure enough, I would turn around and boom, there was somebody there.
Right.
And then I noticed even the way I'm looking at people, it's different. It's very different.
Top.
Yeah.
You have a similar, and that's what you do when you sit around me. I'm like, you know how you do that?
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Now I can show you how to move. I can see it now. Excellent. It's all there. It's in the name. It's in everything. It's there. It's there.
You making eye contact.
Looking at it. Catch their attention looking at it.
Balance with everybody.
You'll
It was
get,
like
you'll get to a point
Yeah.
where somebody will be eavesdropping on your way up somewhere. And then you'll turn. You're downstairs, someone's upstairs listening, and you'll say, quit eavesdropping. People think you're crazy. And you continue. And you know somebody's eavesdropping. And you don't give a fuck what anybody says because you're protecting your space. Right? If I knew there was a guy with a fucking gun, you're like, no one is. Oh, that's cool, bro. I'm gonna have to deal with the fucking guy and the gun right now. We'll talk about that shit later because I can see it. Imagine having that because that's what if that's what's happening, that's what's happening because I see it now. That's what you do, right? That's so cool, man. We're gonna have fun.
Right now, what's happening is like, it's just I'm becoming very sensitive to like everything, and it's like, whoa, it feels different.
So all the men watching online, that's going to be a supernatural power in the game he's playing because he's been playing this game with me for a while, understanding the words, showing up, and doing the steps. There you look. Does it sound like a superhero right now? But I would have to sit here and know that that's true because I also experience it. Okay, let's try it again, and I'm going to mess him up with the right words.
And that's the other part. There's always that like almost censorship where it's like,
Hold on, what? Say it again. Well, listen, this shouldn't affect you because it's all lies.
Yeah.
I just want to show you what it sounds true. Sounds true audio. Michael Singer. Right now, Sounds True has a program, Surrender, 8-part course. Have you guys heard that part of it? 8-part course, Michael Singer. Now with Michael Singer. Jagu Depth. Dry Masters. We're sitting on. So, anyways,
it was a part, like if I were to say that I'm becoming very sensitive to everything, really, like everything, like people's eye contacts, intentions, body language, everything.
That's it.
That you caught it. It was right there.
Now you go upstairs.
if
You're right.
I can explain
Exactly.
it.
Well, there it is. Okay. Look. So now, I was gonna do the wrong coaching. Obviously, that was the fruit. Okay, now ready? He's gonna say the story again, and I'm gonna coach him, and everyone's gonna, you know, the truth now. But let me do it right for everybody, okay? And this guy is a great spiritual coach. Okay, sorry again. What's been happening, Tom? You look great.
So recently, I've been becoming like very sensitive to my surroundings, people's eye contacts, intentions, everything.
Well,
And I don't know what it is.
the world is energy.
Mhm.
Heard that, right?
Yeah.
And where attention goes, energy flows, right? Right. So when somebody has their attention on you, like for example, maybe you're there and someone's behind you and you turn around. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Right? So like basically you're living and people, when they have their attention on you, you start noticing, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that happens.
Do you know what it is, or?
It's bad. It's cool. It's like people can sense, you know, animals have that. Listen, I'm not speaking lies, but I'm cutting his power after this.
Totally.
Do you get the difference between Octavio? Bam! What was that?
Yeah.
My tentacle, your tentacle, touch. Okay, that's actually what happened between us as he was roaming it. Whatever he caught, I was touching it, same thing at the moment. But I know when he touched it. Now it would be, what did you see and all that, right? But it's not necessary because then that will be in the storyline, Satan saying to Jesus, if that's your father, then jump and they'll catch you. The miracle has happened. We know it. To prove it would be false.
Yeah.
Now I have to sit in faith, and so do you. He says, you little faith, if you had a faith the size of a mustard seed, you tell this mountain to move and it would move. Mustard seed, you tell the mountain to move, right? Here's where you, in the game, are going to either be like, I'm making this shit up, AZD's making this shit up, or if I follow this, possibly it could be following his storyline, and it is right now. That's the difference in that kind of coaching. Even if it's still proper, it would chap it, because that's this guy's maximum. He's not even experiencing it. You know why? Because he's saying, is it like when someone does that? He's not giving you the next thing. Like when you walk into a bar, you're sitting, is it when he doesn't have questions to see what you're looking at. He's giving you his bullshit experience with some words. So you go, it is that. And then you're going to be out looking for attention, turning, not knowing you're not actually looking for attention. That guy would start to go, someone hasn't. He's now in doing it. You're not in doing it. Nah, you have tentacles that are moving. Were you here this morning when I was in?
Yeah.
It's very similar.
For me, it's more like a ball that happened. It's more like a like a sphere type of thing that goes like this. It's not so much tentacles, but it's more like it flows just like
Just
yeah.
stay with it and see what happens, right? Because these tentacles, I've seen how they can change into things. That's all I'm saying, right? And that's another thing the guy wouldn't be able to tell you. So just keep being and notice what happens, because it is perceiving and it is shapeless. But once it perceives, it locks in somehow. You got so far of that, we're measuring exactly the same, right? Now, this going on here, this is going on here, but the instrument is doing the same thing, right? Good. So this going on here didn't always look like that in here. I've seen it perceived in different formats.
Okay.
Does that make sense? But I'm
The
saying,
last part.
what I'm saying is, don't try to create a ball or a circle.
Okay, yes.
That would be another trap of there's a tension there. You're just being natural.
Yeah.
You don't look for it, because then if you look for it, but I don't look for the tentacle, right? But once you fully see it, then it's not that you're doing it. It's that in that spiritual world, it's always there. The next step is you'll see how you've been disguising it in the bullshit character you've been playing as Octavio. That's the lock. The character that you've been playing, Arash D. Bazaar, for the world, right, is what masks that, so that it can't be seen until the time of revelation. And when it's time for revelation, then every part of your life, from your parents to the way you look, to your voice, to the mistakes and quotes you made, will show you that it was there to hide you in hell. Look at that guy. Enjoy it. I wish you could see it. You see it? If we were going out tonight, you'd have to be. All right, we're ending this, everybody. Thank you. See you soon. Cameras off.